Hey guys, this is going to be a bunch of separate small little chunks of video. Just kind of doing what I did with the Lehman Russ, making a second one out of cardboard. Here I'm just going to show off every single step. I'm going to pause the video. Essentially I'm going to do recording in small little batches, and I'm going to show you what's going on. So this part of the batch, you guys also won't notice a difference. It's all going to be merged together anyway. But just the way I'm filming this, I'm going to film what I'm doing now, cut it, then later on attach the rest. Piece by piece. But anyway, right now this is the main hull of the Rogal Dorn. Okay, I just traced it all, and here's the thing too. I don't know if I will actually. I may just ignore that part. But essentially, you just trace it onto a piece of cardboard. I just used the cardboard you get in the box. This is just a Games Workshop box. You can do this. I'm gonna keep working. I'll show you more as I go. But yeah, that's all for this part. Hey guys, second part. So I just kind of wanted to show you this. So I have never built a Rogal Dorn, so I don't know what any of these pieces do. So I'm just copying most of them onto cardboard. Some of these you can infer, like this is obviously the top of the tank. And what I did was I traced it. That light is very bright. Let's try and turn that down a bit over there. There, now you can kind of see. So just trace this one, essentially copied it best I physically can. So it's going to be the tank top. I'm pretty sure this is the head of the tank, by the way. A tank bottom right here. Now, I don't know how these two are going to connect, because I'm fairly sure they're the same piece, but there's obviously some stuff in between. I guess we'll find out. Other stuff like this, I do not know how we're going to deal with that. Probably some curved cardboard. I'm going to have to simplify the design, though, to take the scrap. I'm probably going to have to, like, curve it up, bend this part so it just kind of stays curved, and then go like that. And just something like that. It's not going to have all these, like, cool indents and details. I'll have to build that on. But yeah, just wanted to show you that. That's part 2. And again, by the way, you aren't going to, though I say part 2, it's for me part 2, because it's a separate recording completely. You guys won't notice difference. It'll all be stitched together in the end. Hey guys, part 3. So, took one of these, copied it down as close as I could get. In the end, you aren't going to get perfect because of the way they've designed this. It's not built to be copied, from what I can tell, but built 4 of them. So what I did was I traced the main one as a master, traced it, cut it out, did that 4 times, and then I trimmed it down a bit. And even then, I can still trim this a bit, because if you look, it's actually not perfectly aligned, or perfectly like the same size. It's hard to explain, but essentially I left that bit of extra space for future edits when I build the actual Rogal Dorn, because again, I've never built this before, so I don't know what's coming. But yeah, that's part 3. I'll be back later. Hey guys, I believe this is part 4. So I've clipped a bunch of stuff. I got actually the wheels. I haven't glued these together yet, but I'm just kind of doing some test fitting to get an idea of size. So I've got these wheels over here. So now I kind of have an idea, right? Just a sec. I used, and by the way, you can use any cardboard. This is pizza boxes from a local store. These are warhammer boxes. You can use anything. But anyway, so it looks like this is going to be the outside right here. And it looks like size-wise, we're not too bad. We're doing pretty good. And we've got about, give or take, full inch between the two, which is big. Actually, just to give you a size comparison, I looked this up myself. There's not a whole lot of videos comparing it. I'll show the full size after, but this is, just to give you an idea, this is a Rogal Dorn tank tread. This is a Lehman Russ tank tread. Yeah. Actually, another note. So, a way to save tank treads is never use them on the bottom. But the way they've designed this, I think you have to, because I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'll show it as I go. But yeah, anyway, that's the end of part 4. Just wanted to show you how progress is going. Hey guys, this one is kind of like part 5. So, this is kind of how they want you to build the tank. Now, they want, obviously, the tires on it, but I'm skipping that for now. But this is how they want you to build the tank. This sheet on the back, that sheet on the front, and the back builds up into this kind of, the lights, and this, I'm assuming, power source or something. and the front turns into this, or sorry, this. Now I'm not going to actually do that. How I would recommend you do this is I'm thinking I'm going to build this. I'm going to glue these pieces in, get the piece into one solid bit, and then I'm just going to measure a piece of cardboard to be the width between these 2 points, and bend it along the edge. Sorry, so I let that focus. And I'm actually going to just end the cardboard at the end of this and the end of this. Then that's where I'm going to cut it, and then I'll show you what I do to make a copy of that piece and that piece. See you in a bit. Hey guys, just to expand, I just kind of had, anyway, I'm going to just explain. So what I did was I took a piece of cardboard, put this up against it, right, grabbed a pencil, and what we did was marked off here, straight along, marked off here the corner of it. Actually, I might mark along here too, just so that there. Alright, so now I have a sheet of cardboard, follows this, and then I marked off the same on here. So that's how it looks. Now, I don't know where my ruler went. I have a ruler here somewhere, but I don't need one right now. It's not crazy important. I'll find it later. But what we're going to do... Oh, sorry, you can't even see what I'm working on. There. We're going to take this piece of cardboard, right? And what we're going to do is we're just going to take something... I got a metal straw here. We're just going to take the corners that we marked, this one here, and this one here, and we're just going to draw a straight line to and from, just so that we know, sorry a sec, just making sure I'm holding this straight, just so that we know where to cut this. So you can actually see I messed that up. The corner actually goes out a bit more on both of these, but that's the idea, okay? And then we'll do the same on that side, so just so you know. Hey guys, just thought I'd catch you up a little bit. So, another thing, I actually made this. So, this thing here, I mentioned I measured this in the first part of this. I actually decided to write down sorry, that was backwards, but raised area, and then lower level / vent. Kind of just so that when I make this, I know what's going on. So I know to raise this up just a little bit. But anyway, I have been, sorry, I'm trying to move this slowly because none of this is glued in. I've dry fitted this together. Now, I'll just show you. This part, it all locks in, but yeah, this is what it actually looks like. So I measured the bottom. I've got to measure how tall these bits are. Then I'm going to cut some cardboard to that measurement, build it up myself out of cardboard, and yeah, that's kind of how you make, so far, the chassis. Now, just a quick forward, I'm going to tell you this ahead of time. When we get to the guns, I do not know how to remake any of these, so luckily we get the bonus that whenever you get a tank, you have tons of spare options, which is what I just do. I just loot the still existing bits. As a whole, essentially, this will be pretty easy. Copying the armor is the biggest issue, and then you can always just kind of add your own details. Now, I'm going to do a big jump on my next thing. I'm going to build up most of this tank, copy the measurements down. If I find my ruler, I'll actually tell you the measurements too, so you can do this without even having to buy the kit, but we'll see, right? Yeah, hope you enjoy. See you soon. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm going to just show you where we're at. So this is the Rogal Dorn. I built it all up, except the tires, obviously. And this is my copy so far. Now, what I did was I glued the stick on to give it a bit of stability. I blew this part that literally says the bottom on it. I glued that on. That's measured to be, oh, sorry, some sticks. It's long enough for the basic bottom. It's the end of this sheet here, which ends like right there. These aren't even really aligned properly, but that's okay. Till this point. Now, that leaves this part and this part, which I gotta measure, which I have a bit of extra cardboard right here. We'll deal with that later off camera though. But in short, that's kind of where we're sitting. I've got this so far. The pizza Rogal Dorn, if you will. And this is what we're looking at. I'm gonna have to kit bash some kind of tires. What I did for structures, I actually found out. So this foam, it's Pink Panther foam or something. It is actually just perfectly enough to fit in between, so it is the right size for the tires. Now, I'm still gonna have to find something to go around along it, but this is actually about the same thickness. It might be just so slightly thinner. I can just build onto that. Yeah. So that's what I've got so far of this chunk of the Rogal Dorn. Now, looking at this part, this is going to be a big tough one. This is the top of the tank, and it's looking like the plates are going to be something like this. Now, just a second. Tank's going to look, I can't really figure out how to, probably something like that, actually. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to look like. So, something like this, which that's going to be hard to make. I'm probably just going to simplify that down a bit. I don't know, though, because I already did carve these to be the right size. So maybe I'll just essentially just try and remake that. That's all for now. Hey guys, sorry for the mess. So I went through all the rest of crafting that Rogal Dorn. Unfortunately, I had people over, so I couldn't really record it, but I'm just going to show you kind of how we went. So, I took the measurements of the back and kind of just built a curving up bit, almost like the back of the Dorn, right? And remember how I said I actually did lower level? In fact, you can still kind of see it lower level. And then the raised bit, well, I raised it up a bit. And to add kind of a texture, every corner I added in this, and this actually, this dowel. The dowel actually acts not only as a stabilizer, but also as a way to, you know, like I said, add structure. Or not structure, detail. Same thing with these. I took the leftover plates I didn't use on the normal Rogal Dorn, put them here and here. The spare cannon, chucked it on here. This is actually from a Lehman Russ. I didn't want to add it to my Russes. There should be two, but I couldn't find the second. I was going to put that on the sponsons. This is the spare tank commander with a Lego MG. Alright, I attached it with the arm joints for, what's it called? Adeptus Sororitas guy. I can't remember what they're called. I wrapped cardboard around this in the end. I did end up getting all of the detail. I just cut it off. It was too big a problem. I'm sorry, my cat is going crazy in the background. Anyway, I took a big dowel, glued it in there, drilled a hole in. There we go. And then put a wire in. And then I put super glue on the bottom, get that really tough, and put a bit of super glue on the top, dip that in baking soda, did that 2 or 3 more, no, one, I think it was 2 more times. I would recommend just doing it 2 times total at most. But anyway, I put this gas tank, which would normally go right here, and actually real quick, these plates originally block up the wheels, but I didn't like that. I like the wheels as they are, so they're just, you can see them. So I prefer that. Anyway though, this is a Lego tube that I kind of put as like an exhaust pipe. This is also a leftover from the Lehman Russ. I told you about that. This is actually from a T-34 kit that my buddy gave me. Yes. More plates. This is 2 Lego pieces for like exhaust pipes as well. My idea for my faction is that the kit bash stuff that I make is from the Mechanicus of the area, which all of the good tanks go to like the ones that are official kits. They go to the more elite regiments, while these makeshift ones are, you know, made of essentially scrap. So that explains how they're more roughshod looking. In reality, I just don't want to buy a second Rogal Dorn because this alone was $100. But yeah, now these are some kind, I don't know what they are. They're like corner things. There's a hole here and a hole here. There's paper covering it, but yeah, I just hot glued one of the spare sponson guns onto it. Same for that side. I put wood along this. Now it doesn't line up so well here, but again, doesn't matter. It's scrap looking. And again here to kind of build a skeleton. I ran out of tire, so I put some cut dowels here. Foam again to bulk out the wheels. These are spare treads that I cut. So what I did was, you get a few spare treads, but underneath this I actually cut like here to like here, and just cut that out. And you can see where I cut it because it's actually missing the little connectors there. Same spot on both. I hot glued it all in. I'm looking, there's another cut connector. Cut connector. Let's see, what else? I put all the spare bits on here, kind of. The 2 lights, the 2 spare pintle guns, spare cannon, because I actually like the more detailed minigun, even though I will never run that as a minigun, really. Let's see, what else? Oh, careful, I got super glue on me now. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Oh, so this, I don't know what this round metal thing is, but it's from an electrician's thing. My work was throwing a bunch of these out, and I grabbed a few to use in this kind of project. You know what, I'm fairly sure that's really it. The rest is just cardboard, essentially, with dowel on the inside to build structure, yeah. I guess I'll just show you the actual Rogal Dorn real quick, too. So that's that machine gun, cannon, second machine gun thing, minigun, 2 pintles of meltas, more meltas, because I love meltas. I kind of left the back. I gave this wheel here, I left that there. I actually kind of messed up. I was looking through them, grab a bit. I was going to put one of these samurai flags on the side. But I couldn't find, all this is angled, and the only non-angled part was in there. The closest I could find was this right here, but that doesn't really look right. Even then, I still may do it, I don't know. For now, I'm not going to. There's also this, but again, unfortunately, radio's already there. This is the kit-bashed tank commander. I gave him, instead of Acadian arm, holding some paper, instead of either of his commissar arms. Actually, you know what? I'll quickly show you a little sneak peek of my current project. I needed 5 extra men for a Acadian command squad. So I took my upgrade sprue and what was left from the tank to make it one. So this is a radio man. He's got binoculars on his right hand. That was from the tank commander. This left arm was also the tank commander. Head was as well. I think I showed these guys off. But yeah. I'm going to have this guy. He was originally a turret guy. I've got bases. All I did... Oh, sorry. Anyway, all I did... Sorry, this thing's still sticky. All I did, hot glue. So this is what I always do. Put a layer of hot glue, put dirt on it, let the hot glue cool, put super glue on it, and that sticks forever. I can't find... I'm looking now. Ah, there we are. This guy, he's smoking. This, oh, ammo guy, I already showed you. This is my commissar. Gave it a guy's head. And again, these two. This guy's the medic and radioman that I already showed off. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that. Have a good day. I hope you enjoy the whole video actually as a whole. And please subscribe, and if you can, like the video. I would appreciate that.